truth. I just want to talk to you this evening because it's so hard to get people because they worry about their jobs. They worry about their car note. They worry about their mortgage. They're worrying about the apartment complexes that they live in. And once you get yourself that deep in debt, once you get yourself that deep in responsibility to help make other people rich, you help make other people rich. You help make other people multi-millionaires and multi-billionaires. But you can't even take care of your own family. See, you go to work sometime 40, 50, sometime maybe 60 hours a week to make $20 an hour or to make $30 an hour. And then on your job, you know that the bills that you have accumulated, you know that when you retire, the income that you're going to get off your retirement, it's not going to be enough to pay your mortgage. It's not going to be enough money to take care of your $500 or $600 car note and $300 or $400 on insurance, and the insurance that you're paying on your house and your property value. Let me give you an example. The very building that I'm in right now, when me and my sister got this building, the taxes was like $300 and something a month. And we bought the property in 2007. And the taxes now, remember, $300 and something in 2007. Now the taxes is almost $1,100 a month. So can you imagine that you bought your property cash, and 15 years later, for the year of taxes, it went from $300 and something a month to almost 11. And if you're late, it's going to be over 11. Now, you done worked all your life, 40 years, in some cases 45 years, in some cases 50 years. And you're old now. And your body is worn out now. You barely walking. You got arthritis all in your knees and all in your hands. And the young folks and the people, especially the rich folks, is looking at you as a liability. They just want you gone because you are a financial disaster to them right now. You're a financial disaster. And they just wish you was gone. But they don't got the guts and the backbone to do it. So they look high and they look low. and they try to find a person that they can support that don't have no conscience. They weak now, but behind the door, they're gonna throw a rock. They won't throw no rock in your face, but they're gonna throw a rock from behind the door. See, that's who Donald Trump and J.D. Vance is. See, J.D. Vance, hillbilly J.D., he had to grow up poor. A little poor white piece of trash. So he get to go to a school that got prestige, that they're going to make him be somebody. He's going to go to Harvard. And once he at Harvard, he's going to see black and brown people that's in classes that studying for PhD that's way smarter than he is. So he looking at the United States now is that these black and brown people that I thought was just pure ignorant, they're a threat. They're a threat. With their physical ability, along with a good education, these people are a threat. See what it is that they using the Mexicans for a trial period. See, they really want to get rid of the blacks. That's what they want to do. But it's hard to touch us because we naturalized citizens. See, we didn't immigrate here. They came over to Africa and put us in chains and put us on a boat and brought us here. So they brought us here against our will, and then they wanted to teach their kids and their grandkids and their great grandkids that black people are ignorant. So everything they did was don't read, you can't have weapons and all that. That was to keep us down and then tell your family members and your ancestors how lazy and ignorant we are. See, that's what they do. They let them and taught them that we was ignorant. When that wasn't true at all. It wasn't true at all that we was ignorant. But as time went by, you couldn't hide it anymore that really the white people was the ignorant one. Who told them that they were so high up and so good that they can treat a whole nother race of people like animals, like savages? Put them in cages and beat them and hang them on trees. Castrate them and put their private parts in the mouths of the male. But at the same time, the black people understood is that there's a God. And the reason that we're in that position is because God was trying to show us something and that one day that God will wake us up, and our eyes will come open, and the world will see that the white man feared black people so much that they were willing to try to destroy the whole black race, just so they can look like they are superior. But the wonders of the world shows you otherwise, that the black nation is strong. It's strong. Around the world, the black nation is strong. We all different colors. A black woman can have a baby that could pass for white. But a white woman can't have a baby, or a Chinese. They can't have a baby that could pass for white, but a white woman can. I mean, a black woman can. She can have a Mexican baby. She can have an Asian baby. She can have a pretty much white baby. He can't be white because of the Constitution, the way that the white man wrote it. They fear us because no matter where we go, just go around the world. We don't go around the world shooting down people and stuff like that. We don't have to. See, we already know who we are. See, we already know that we are the children of the Most High God. And God is here for us. Not just the black people. He's here for the Mexican people. He's here for the Asian people. He's here for the Jewish people, the Arab people, Native American. He's even here for the Caucasian people that put their trust in him. We all descendant. I'm just gonna go to Noah. On the boat when the flood happened, there was 8 souls on the boat. There was Noah and his wife, and there was Shem, Ham, and Japheth and their wife. So that's 8 souls. So that means that every race on earth is descendant from Noah and his wife and Shem, Ham, and Japheth, because the bloodline comes from the man. 8 souls is where we all came from. But we know from reading the Bible what region that we was born in. Assyria was there. Damascus was there. Jerusalem was there. Egypt was there. Ethiopia was there. So we know that human beings started in the country where dark people are. Because it talk about the river Euphrates. It talks about the Pison River. It talks about Hittika. We talking about all the countries that's over there in the Middle East and in Africa. You don't see them talking about Caucasians, right? In the Bible. They don't talk about Caucasian. The only time they was talking about a white-skinned people was when Miriam questioned Moses' authority. Miriam is Moses' sister. When she questioned her brother's authority, she was struck with leprosy. And the Bible said she became white like snow. So light skin from the Bible, when it first appeared, it appeared because of leprosy. Then Moses went to God to pray for his sister that she be healed from leprosy. So leprosy is take a darker skin and make it white. So Moses went and prayed for Miriam, his sister, and God told Moses, he told him, put his hands in his bosom. And the Bible says Moses put his hand in his bosom, and it came out white as snow. So if Moses put his hand in his bosom, and before he put his hand in his bosom, his hand was not white as snow, right? Because when he put it in, it was one color, and when he brought it out, it was another color. And the color that his hand was when he brought it out, the Bible say it was white as snow. So when you saying that you white, you saying that you are children of leprosy, right? That's what you're saying, because we know the African people in the Middle East, you see them. I'm talking about the real people in the Middle East. You see them. You see what color their skin is. You see their hair. Most of them black. So you know what the original folks look like. The people that's running Israel right now, look at them. They're not the original Jews. I don't dislike Jews, but they're not the original Jews. The original Jews are black because the oldest human fossil they found was in Ethiopia. The oldest Jewish text that they found, and one of the oldest Jewish temples is in Ethiopia. So we know that the skin color of the people over there are dark. There's different shades of dark, but they're all dark. And the only time leprosy is the only time white skin appeared was from leprosy. I'm just reading the text. See, we're not supposed to try to explain everything that God does, because God tells that we can't understand his understanding. His understanding is way too high. But we can use common sense that if Moses put his hands in his bosom, one color, and he took it out another color, and the other color was when he took it out, it said that his hand became white as snow. And then God told Moses once again to put your hand in your bosom. And Moses put his hand in his bosom. And he said, when it took it out, it was the way it was before he put it in the first time. So we know that the first time that Moses put his hand in his bosom, his hand was not white as snow. So what's the opposite? If you was assigned it, what the opposite of white is dark, right? So Moses would have had to have been a dark-skinned person. That's just common sense. But the white man, knowing his disadvantage, He had to live in cold areas like Alaska or Germany or Russia. They had to live in the climate because of their skin. If they stayed over there like in Ethiopia and all these places, they would have burned up. That's why when they go to the beach, they had to get suntan lotion to protect their sun, protect them from the sun. They had to build a shield because their body don't naturally have a shield. They can't live in that hot climate because it'll burn them up. So they had to go to the cold climate. Like I said, Alaska and Norway and Sweden and Russia and Ukraine, Alaska. They had to go to places like that to be comfortable. But the black folk, we can live anywhere. And we can be in multiple shades. It just all depends on where we live. Where we live, everything adjusts to what we need. Every area become the need that we need. See, the area that we go to, our body conform. Because of the pigment in our skin, it will adjust to whatever we need. And see, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people that descendants of wherever Caucasians came from, they don't like the fact that God blessed us with certain powers. And God gifted us in certain areas. And it just burns them up. See, people is scared to tell the truth. They're afraid to tell the truth. But God is letting us know that was wrong. That was wrong to hide the truth from people. Because God is going to bring up and lift up and stand up, right? No matter how much you try to hide the truth, the Bible tells us that whatever is done in the dark is eventually going to come to the light. So all that evil and all that mistreating of different people, of God's people, they still doing the same thing. They still playing the same game. But this time, it's totally different. They just don't know it yet. They don't know this time is different. This time, God have given us the weapons. God have also gave us the tools that we need to make sure that we never get mistreated again. And that's why I keep on doing this broadcast. That's why I keep on trying to tell you the truth. White people may be scared of white people, but black people is not scared of white people. Neither is Mexican, neither is Asians, neither is Jews or Arabs or Native American. We're not scared. We knew these days was going to come. We didn't know when they was going to come, but we knew that there was going to come a time when the Caucasian people become the minority in this country. And it's right here, right now, knocking on the door. They're going to do everything they can not to become the minority. No matter what it takes. But God tell us, when someone get in that state, that they don't care about nothing but trying to preserve all the lies and all of the deceit that they told, and they perpetrated on people and try to make themselves a god. Because of social media now, everybody can see all the prejudice and how strong it is, and how many millions and millions and millions of people have died just because of prejudice. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine teaching your children to hate people just because of the color of their skin? Can you imagine how weak you must be to lower your standard to destroying your own children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren because all the lies and all the atrocity that you have done over time that you're trying to cover up right now? But right now, God is in the work. You can't run and you can't hide no more. The time has finally came that you're going to get everything that you deserve. And it's all in God's hands. It ain't in my hand. It ain't in the black people's hand. It ain't in the white, Asian, Native American, Arab. Nobody. It's all in God's hand. God is getting ready to bring this thing to a head. And I tell people, please, God got this thing. Please, no violence. No violence. Hope and pray that a civil war don't come. But please prepare yourself for the worst. You know they say, people say, I'm putting up money for a rainy day. Because I know a storm is going to come. I don't know how strong it's going to be or how long it's going to last. But I know a storm is coming. So when a storm is coming, you need to be ready. Be ye always ready for whatever comes. But don't perpetrate violence upon nobody. But if violence come to you, if violence run you down, your number one priority is to protect your family and your home and your friends. That's going to be number one if someone try to run you down. Your number one priority that coming straight from the Word of God. If a man, how can someone enter into a strong man's house? Unless first he got to bind the strong man. See, a strong man is going to put up a fight. He's going to put up a rigorous fight to look out for his family and to look out for his home. It's hard to bind a strong man. See, God telling us we must be strong and courageous the same way that he told Joshua. Don't look for trouble. But as trouble come at you, you got to handle it. I remember after Joshua took down Jericho, after they circled the city for 6 days one time, and then on the seventh day, he said, go around the city 7 times, and on the seventh time, shout and blow the trumpet. And the walls came down. But what happened, Joshua didn't stop there. See, when God is with you, you can do all things through Christ. But when God ain't with you, you're not supposed to go no further. You're supposed to, once you conquer Jericho, you're supposed to go consult God and ask God what he wants you to do next. But Joshua and them didn't do that. When they conquered Jericho, they kept on to Ai, which God didn't tell them to go into Ai. So when they went into Ai, they got defeated. They lost over 3,000 men. So Joshua, the men, said, man, why did God do that for us, man? Gave us this great victory, and then he let us get defeated. And Joshua went to God and asked God, why did you do that? Why you humiliated us like that? And God said, I humiliate you? I didn't humiliate you. I didn't tell you to go into Ai. I didn't give you permission to go into Ai. I told you to conquer Jericho. You should have came back to me before you decided to go into Ai. So then Joshua got the men together outside of Ai. But this time Joshua went and prayed to the Lord. And he asked the Lord, do we have permission to go up? And God told Joshua, go up. So Joshua got the men together and they went. So when Joshua and them got ready to go into Ai, he looked and he saw that same angel with a sword in his hand. But this time, Joshua walked up to the angel and he asked the angel, are you with us? Are you with them? And the angel with the sword told Joshua, I'm with you. Go up and take Ai. See, when God wants you to go into battle, when God wants you to fight, Jesus is the one that's going to lead you and guide you in the way that he will have you to go. And sometimes following Jesus is going to be bloody. Sometimes following Jesus is going to be hard. See, sometimes Michael has got to stand up. See, Gabriel is a messenger of God. He going to come before the punishment. Yeah. Gabriel is going to come and warn you and give you a message. Get your life right. Otherwise, God is going to come with the sword. And then when you keep on and you keep on doing the same thing, the way the white people have done in America, discriminating against black and brown people, that the next angel God is going to send is going to be Michael with the sword. And that's where we are now. We at the Red Sea, and the Red Sea is before us, and Pharaoh's army is in the back. So this is where we're going to have to stand with our loins girded, right? We got to be ready for battle. We don't want a battle. We don't want to fight. We don't want our young men and women dying for stupid reasons. Because we should all be able to live together. But that's just not the way it is. These hard-headed people, they just gonna stay hard-headed no matter what. They done did it for over 400 years, and they still doing it. And I don't see no way around it except a whole bunch of bloodshed. But it's all up to God. It's all up to God how it turns out. But like Joshua said, but as far as me and my family, we're going to serve the Lord. That means serving righteousness, fairness, justice to everybody, no matter what race you are. So, my sisters and brothers, just come to Jesus, just like you are. It ain't got to be nothing fancy. It ain't like you got to flip no strip overnight. You just got to start accepting Jesus Christ as your own personal Savior. Let's come to Jesus right now, just like you are. And at the end of each and every one of my videos, I do a corporate prayer. Jesus' disciples came to him and asked Jesus to teach them how to pray, the same way John taught his disciples. And Jesus said, when you pray, pray ye in this manner. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day, O Lord, our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not, O Lord, into temptation, but deliver us from the evil one. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. And may the Lord watch between me and thee, while we absent one from another. I love you. Go in peace. Bye-bye.